Hello again, I'm Michael Beckemeyer with Mindful Meditations for Calm the Bleep Down, a show where in each and every episode we bring you a brand new 10 to 15 minute meditation. Today, we're going to open our minds and see what happens. Let's get started. Okay, as always, we begin each episode off with a mindfulness quote. Today our quote comes from Amit Ray. It reads, "Open the window of your mind. Allow the fresh air, new lights, and new truths to enter." To me, this sort of speaks to, epiphanies. Epiphanies are little bursts of realization. And I can't think of a time where I've ever had an epiphany in my life or my day-to-day goings on where I had an epiphany by being rigid, where I've ever had an epiphany from having a closed mind. I've always been listening to somebody or been open to something that's going on around me and have been affected by that thing. And that's really a problem for a lot of us. Really, a lot of us, we don't want to be considered. We don't want to be wrong. We don't want to, be proven, wrong. And our egos get wrapped up so much in being our rigid selves that we really could live our whole lives and not change at all if we just decide we don't care what other people say or do or think. But really, there's no growth in being closed-minded. There's no growth in being rigid. There's growth in being fluid and open and in a receiving mode. So much of what we're doing these days is we're in broadcast mode. We are tweeting our thoughts. We are posting our Instagram. We're sending things out constantly. But receiving also, we need to receive information from people. Listen, to hear somebody, to share a moment of catharsis with another human being about their own situation or suffering. I have personally never had an epiphany from being set in my ways. So I think that is one of the most profound things in my life, is just to practice being open. Also, when I started meditating, there were some things going on in my life that I wasn't happy with, and it was all me. It was all my own stuff. But to bring about change, to have to give my own self my own epiphany in my own life, I had to be open to the possibility that I was sort of being my own worst enemy, that I was causing my own suffering in a lot of the time. But I also had to stop being cynical and stop being jaded, and I had to be open to the possibility of change, so that I could grow more, into the person that I knew I was capable of or interested in being. But it's real hard to poo-poo something. It's like, oh, you want me to sit around and breathe and talk about how happy I am that the world is, whatever, gratitude and all that stuff. It's so much easier to kind of just dismiss it, because it feels better sometimes to reject something, and you might feel silly sitting down and breathing and thinking about your breath and all that stuff. But I had to be, for my own self, I allowed myself to be open to the possibility of change. And meditation in particular has really helped me shed some of those extra layers of unproductive stuff, things that were holding me back. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to open our minds. I'm going to try to get comfortable. Just sit down or lie down and close your eyes and start to concentrate on your breath. Slow your breathing down. I just want you to think about, while we're meditating today, I just want you to head into there with the intent of, what have you been closed off to? What is something that you feel that you could open up to and possibly benefit from? Slow your breathing down. Sort of take the longest breath you've taken all day, the biggest breath. Just breathe in and out, and let all that air out before you inhale again. Just empty your lungs. In and out. And with each exhale, imagine yourself sinking deeper into relaxation, becoming heavier and heavier into your seat or cushion. Just be open to the possibility of change. We fear change so much because it is the unknown, but in the unknown is where the magic happens. If you're doing the same things over and over and over again every day, if you are avoiding all those things that would introduce you into the void of the unknown, that means you're doing the same stuff every day, which means no growth is happening because you're just doing the same thing over and over and over again. Enter into this meditation open to the possibility of change. So much of our day we are rigidly going through, trying to stick to our schedules. Maybe we don't have time to listen to that thing that person needs to say or is trying to say because we doesn't fit into our schedule today. To have an epiphany, I only have time for this, and this, and anything else is unwelcome. You just never really know when the epiphany is going to come. The change, never know when the change is going to happen. But we need to be open to it, or it never will. Receive, sort of download information from the universe. And only by being open to that, to receive that, only then will we be able to receive it in the first place. We have to be looking. aware. You have to recognize the possibility. Then and only then can the change come about. Be open to the possibility of change. In our last few moments here together, I want you to take one last long, deep breath in. When you exhale, let go of something that no longer serves you. Open yourself to the possibility of change. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. That's it for another meditation. If you got something out of this meditation, please feel free to like, comment, share, or subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate it. If you want to find out more about us, we are calmbthebleepdownshow.com, where you could subscribe to our podcast, the YouTube channel. You can follow us on social media. That's it for this time. I'm your host, Michael Beckemeyer, reminding you to please calm the bleep down. We'll see you again soon. Namaste.